Hello, today is going to be days 76 and 77 of my daily journal. Um, Yesterday was Wednesday. I was working. I was opening driver. Normal stuff. Um, and yeah, normal stuff that I normally do. Well, first of all, I didn't need to drop my brother off because there was no school. Like I said, it's spring break week. There is no school for my brother, so this week I don't need to wake up early to drop him off or anything. I still end up waking up early just because of force of habit. But I got up, got ready and everything, and made sure I had all my stuff, made sure I had my lunch, and I went to the coffee shop that I go to whenever I feel like drinking some coffee. I go. I went and I got some coffee and then headed to my job. Picked up some kolaches and went to work. First thing that happened when I got there was they sent me to a different store to go get some stuff because they were out of stock. So I got there and they're like, hey, you need to go to this store and come back and bring the stuff. And this is all before the store opens. But yeah, they was like, hey, you gotta go over there, pick that up, come back, right? So I do that, come back, and by the time I come back, it is like I'm literally like a minute after opening. And so I'm behind on dishes, I'm behind on doing the prep and everything. And so when I get there, I'm doing the dishes, and and then orders are just coming in, and so I eventually get the dishes done. Way later than I normally get them done. I normally get them done before opening. I'm normally done with them before opening, and I've already started doing some of the prep. But yesterday, I was kind of behind on that. So I go, I get the dishes done, and while I'm doing that, there's also like some deliveries and everything. And then I start the prep. Pretty short list, but lots of people were ordering throughout the day, so I didn't really get to go through the list until like mid-afternoon. So yeah, I didn't get finished until mid-afternoon with all of it. But for Wednesday, it was fairly busy. It was busy from around 11 to like 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, and then it just kind of died down. There were still some orders here and there, but not really much. Yeah, and that was really all that happened Wednesday. I got off at 5:30, which is the time that I was scheduled for, so that was nice. Came home, watched some anime, caught up on my games on my phone, and I did end up going and getting pizza for me and my brother and my dad. And yeah, the pizza shop the Domino's that is close to me is not the Domino's that I work at. I work at a Domino's that's a little further away. And it was interesting going in and seeing how they were doing. And yeah, interesting perspective. Interesting perspective going from being on the inside to going on the outside looking in. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, other than that, nothing. Went to sleep fairly early and got a good night's sleep I actually didn't wake up. I might have woken up maybe once or twice, but I didn't really wake up a whole bunch, which is good. Um, really good. I actually got sleep because it's waking up like 3, 4 times in the night to go and use the restroom, and then every time you have to fall back asleep, and all that. It takes away from time actually being used to sleep, and so waking up less and actually sleeping, it's nice. It's good. It helps a lot. Um, but yeah, that was Wednesday. Today, I had the day off. I wasn't scheduled for today. As of late, they haven't been scheduling me on Thursdays. They've been scheduling Eric, the guy that trained me, on Thursdays. I'll be opening Wednesdays. He's off on Wednesdays. He'll be opening Thursdays. I'm off on Thursdays. That's just kind of how it's been right now. Stuff might change in the future. I don't really know. But I will say next week, Eric is taking Thursday off, so I do have to open Thursday. That is one thing. But other than that, yeah. Today, I actually spent most of the day out, and I spent it out with my brother. Woke up and took a shower, got dressed and everything. And before I was gonna head out, I was like, you know what? Let me ask my brother, see if he wants to go. And so I asked him, like, hey, I'm gonna go head to the mall. Do you want to come with, right? And we did. I asked, and he said, yeah, he'd like to go. So, he got ready, took a shower and anything. I waited. And then, we left. And first we stopped by the coffee shop. I got some coffee. He got an horchata. And then we went to the mall. We got there before everything opened. Everything essentially opens at 11. We got there at like 10:20 maybe. So yeah, we were there pretty early. We did walk around for a little bit when we got there to see if there was anything open. There wasn't. And so we just decided to go chill at the food court. And, while we were chilling, we were just talking. Just talking about, well, he was just talking about basically school stuff. Because, that is about all that he has right now. Just school. He was also talking about, getting a job, looking for a job. And also, just talking about orchestra, the memories in orchestra that we have. We do, the orchestra does trips every 2 years. So they're supposed to be doing trips every 2 years. But, COVID threw that whole timeline off schedule, and then there's been a whole bunch of other stuff throughout the years. But my brother did get to experience one trip, which I also got to experience one trip as well. One actual trip. Because the other one was to like Six Flags. Which is fun and all, but it's not the same as going to Los Angeles or Florida or New York, It's not the same as that. But it was pretty cool. Those trips are some of the best memories I have of orchestra, but also of high school in general. I really didn't do much in high school. I went to my classes, talked to my friends every now and again. Um, Orchestra, I had the most fun in. But like my regular classes and stuff, I really didn't do much. And so having those trips is a really nice memory for me and also for my brother. Um, he's a lot more active in high school than I was. He's in clubs and all types of things, esports team, and he's talking to friends and going and hanging out with them and all this other stuff. And I am really happy for him. He's doing more in high school than I did, and he seems to be enjoying it. So I'm really happy for him for that. But he got to experience one of those trips, and those trips, like I said, are for a kid in high school and for kids who haven't really been anywhere other than here in their home area. It's really cool, and it's a really nice experience. One thing about the trips to Los Angeles and to Florida is that they go to Disney, and at Disney, the trips have to be music related. So it's either watching an orchestra play, learning about music history, or in the case of Disney, they go to the studio. They go behind the park, or there's the park, and then there's like the areas behind it and everything, where all of the workers are and the crew and all that stuff. And they go into a studio and they record, and they get to see what it's like recording in a studio. And that of the options that are given, where it's watching an orchestra play, or learning about music history, or playing in a studio, I find that the best option. I find that the most fun option. I find that the most memorable option. You get to actually be in a studio and see what it's like recording. And it's a really, really cool experience. I remember it. It was so much fun. My brother, like I said, he went to Disney for his, so he got to experience that as well. So it's really cool. But yeah, we talked about that, memories of orchestra and trips and all that stuff. And then we ended up walking around, looking at some stuff, finding some cool stuff. I got a couple of things. One of them is a really cool statue. Super Buu from Dragon Ball Z. And that's after he absorbs, was it Mystic Gohan? It's after he absorbs Mystic Gohan. I haven't actually seen the Majin Buu saga. I really want to, and I have Dragon Ball on my watch list on Crunchyroll, and I'm going from the Saiyan saga up until the end of Z, which is the end of the Buu saga. I have seen from the Saiyan up until the end of the Cell saga. Absolutely love the Cell saga. My favorite saga up until this point, because I haven't seen the Majin saga, so I'm not 100% sure on how that goes. But that is my favorite saga for right now. But like I said, I gotta go through and watch all that. But Super Boo, really cool. I got that. I also got this Key Street. It's a brand that I like because they do automotive related stuff. On the back, it's got all these rims. I really like it. Super expensive. Super expensive, but I do like them. This jacket that's hanging off right here is another Key Street product. It's got the 32, 33, and 34 skylines on it on the back, and then the front is a little white skyline that says Key Street Part and Service Co. I got another one in there that's a Key Street, another Key Street hoodie that's got a white skyline on it. I got a long sleeve, another Key Street. It's white. It's I think it might be like an S15 maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't really looked at it. I don't wear that one just because it's too big. My previous girlfriend got it for me and it just wasn't really the right size. I still have it, but I don't really wear it. So, but yeah, I got those two. I also got this Yu-Gi-Oh thing where it's a frame. It has one of those pictures that changes whenever you move, and it has Yugi and a Tem, and you know, since it's one of those ones where the picture changes where you move, when you move, you see Yugi, you move, you see a Tem. I like it. I think it's really cool. I also bought that as well. Yeah, but that's the stuff that I bought. I like them. I need to find somewhere to display all my stuff. I need to get a proper display unit for my stuff. But that'll be in due time. Yeah, and then after all that, went and got some lunch with my brother. Went to the food court in the mall. Ate some lunch. I tried Korean style corn dogs. Pretty good. I liked them. One thing that I really liked, they had a horchata slush. That was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, after that, came home and then just watched some anime, ate some sandwiches, you know, talked to my dad a little bit, showed him the stuff that I got and all that. Yeah, really it. A couple hours ago, I went and got some ice cream and also some jelly beans. These are for work, for me to snack on during work. But I got some ice cream because I have a massive sweet tooth. Incredibly massive. I bought 2 pints of ice cream on Monday. Monday night, they were both gone. I have a very big sweet tooth. Sugar is my caffeine or nicotine or whatever the hell else people are addicted to. Sugar is mine. How fun. And most of this stuff isn't helpful to me in my condition in the slightest. But I have a massive sweet tooth. And I have... When it comes to impulse control on food, I do not have the greatest. Impulse control on other things in life, totally fine. Impulse control when it comes to sweets and food, a lot less. But yeah, that's everything. That was my day. Today was a pretty nice day. Just going and spending some time with my brother, getting him out the house. He's been here all week. You know, he hasn't done anything for spring break, and, you know, just having them out for a couple of hours, looking at some stuff that we both find cool. A nice experience. And also just spending some time with them. Real nice. But with that being said, that is everything I got for you guys. So, thank you for watching, anybody that watches. Thank you for commenting, anybody that comments. I do read them, I do appreciate them. And I do hope that everybody had a good past couple of days. And if you didn't, I hope the next couple of days are better for you. And until my video for you guys Saturday, that is everything that I have. So, till then, see ya.